And then exhale, drop the knee all the way over to the left side of your mat, setting the right arm out, maybe gazing over the right shoulder. Really gentle twist here to begin. Nice and easy. Feel yourself spreading into the mat, let it go. Revisit your intention, come back to your body. And inhale, bring it all the way back to center, extend both legs long. Big inhale, puff up the belly. Exhale, contract the core as you pull the navel to the spine and draw the left knee into the chest, circling out the left ankle, go both directions. Breath comes back to normal, full and spacious. And then we'll take that half happy baby if it's in your practice. It's kind of a lot for the hamstrings, so be gentle. It's early. And then relax the clasp of the foot, heel drops back towards your groin. Exhale, drop the left knee across the body to the right. And the gaze can go over the left shoulder. Use the exhales to deepen into the twist. Let something go. Inhaling, gaze back to center, both knees back to center. A little bit of rocking and rolling, massaging out the spine. If rolling doesn't work for you, feel free to drop over to your right side and use the hands to get yourself back all the way up to seated. Rolling over through hands and knees, we'll meet in child's pose. Toes touch, knees wide, sink the hips back to the heels. And just take a moment here. Reaching forward through the fingertips, stretching long through the side bodies. And then apply a little pressure through the fingertips to sink the hips back toward the heels. Forehead rests on the mat. The forehead doesn't meet the mat easily. Bring the mat up to you. You know the drill. And we'll use the next breath in to roll up to tabletop, hands and knees. Couple rounds of cat-cow. So inhale to lift the tail, drop the belly, shine the heart. Exhale, tuck the tail, round through the back body, bring the chin to the chest. Bring the focus to the palms. Inhale, try to slide the heels of the hands back toward the knees. Exhale, try to push through the ground, slide the fingertips toward the edge of your mat. One more round. Inhale, cow. And exhale to cat. Holding with a nice flat back, we'll extend the right toes back. Let your toes catch the mat, flexing through the heel, waking up the calf muscle here. We'll take a modified plank pose. Pivoting to the inside edge, the insole of the right foot. We drop the heel to the ground, stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Maybe we finish by reaching up through the fingertips. Long side waist, and again, we'll use the exhale to contract the core to stabilize the spine. Notice if you're dumping the heart forward, we want to zip up the belly. Exhale, slowly bring the hand to the mat, knee to the mat. One round of cow, and exhale to cat. Reset, second side. Send the left leg straight back, toes catch the mat. Strong core here, so zip up the belly, feel the bottoms of the ribs trying to touch the tops of the hips. And then we'll drop to the insole of the left foot, stack the hip, push through the right palm, and reach up through the left fingertips. Side plank variation again. We'll revisit this later in class, so just remember if this is where you like to live, you can come back to this version of side plank. Exhaling, take both hands to the mat. And we'll make a slight variation on our tabletop. So I want you to walk the knees back about 2 inches. Look forward past the edge of your mat. Engage the core and exhale. Draw the elbows straight back alongside the ribs as you lower the whole thing down through a modified chaturanga. From here, we'll stretch the arms out to a T. Taking the right ear to the mat, left fingertips in front of your nose. Exhale to press the chest open, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of opening through that right pectoral, heart opener. Neck is long and the right ear rests on the mat. If space allows and you'd like more, we will lift the top leg, bend the left knee, set the heel down on the mat behind you, knee pointing as much toward the ceiling as possible. Now it becomes a bit of a twist as we open that basin of the pelvis, that bowl of Cheerios is opening toward the ceiling here. Left fingers for support. One more inhale. And exhale. We lower down all the way to lying on the belly. Take the second side. Gaze is over the right shoulder here. Right fingertips in front of the nose. Inhale. Pry the heart open. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. We can live here for just a moment, trying to soften the little muscles around the neck. Let the breath be full. And if we took it on the other side, we might on this side. So bend the right knee, set the heel of the foot down, knee opening toward the ceiling. Maybe let the heart tilt open, hips tilt open toward the ceiling a little more. Right hand is there for support. Deep belly breaths. And then we'll slowly use the support of the hand to roll back down to lying on the belly. Gaze forward, chin to the mat. Shavasana locust pose variation. So we'll take the palms back behind you, palms down, fingertips facing or reaching for the back of the room. The option is to airplane arms, shrug the shoulders around the spine like you're squeezing a pencil. Fingertips reach for the back of the room. Likewise, if the variation is available, we can take Yoga Mudra bind, interlacing the fingers up to the webs, drawing the knuckles back, reaching the crown of the head forward. Looking to not wear our chin like a necklace, nor are we having a Pez head. I want a nice flat back, long spine, deep belly inhale, and exhale, lower all the way down. Pillow for the forehead, bend at the knees, and just windshield wipe the heels side to side. Let that back bend go. And from here, relax the legs straight back behind you. Bring the thumbs by the low rib cage, all the way up through hands and knees. Tabletop position once more. Find that reset where the knees are underneath the hips, 90 degrees here, and the shoulders are just over the wrist creases. Looking forward past the edge of your mat, we'll step our right foot up. 1 step, 2 steps, as many as it takes to find your place. The heel should be underneath the right knee always. We always want this 90 degrees here. As we drop the hips down and forward, hands can be at blocks, fingertips to the floor, whatever works for you. Drop the hips equally down and forward as you lift the heart away. There's a slight tuck of the tail here to support my low back. I'll use the next breath to walk the hands up and to my knee, shoulders sliding down the back. Left hand's already here, so we'll leave that. Left hand grasps for the outer edge of my right thigh. As I exhale, hips drop down and forward, and I can take my right hand to my hip for leverage, or reach my right fingertips long and behind me, fishing with the gaze maybe over my right thumb. I don't know, it's early, but if you're warm already, if you're doing outside yoga for some reason in the Southwest. So as you pull the navel to the spine, the twist really comes from above the navel and involving, lastly, the cervical spine, that top part of the neck. One more inhale here, really feeling that left psoas opening. As you exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down to, again, either the blocks, fingertips, or the floor. As you take half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten through the right leg, and again, the hips will never pass my left knee. I want to keep that stacked. So if I have to slide the right heel forward a little bit, I will. Pull your toes back towards your nose, and we can start to windshield wipe, unglue that right hip, that IT band that is so important and such a hard itch to scratch. Keeping a long spine here. And then we'll find some stillness, and then let's just fold because it feels generally pretty good. So soften the knee toward the forehead toward the knee, or the shin or the floor. Shoulders can round here. And then using the inhale, we'll bend into the right knee. The hips drop down and forward again for twisted lunge. Left palm plants beneath the shoulder. And we'll bend the elbows straight back. Feel the shoulders stack. Keep that engagement as you push into the ground and reach, spinning the heart to the right, reaching up through the right fingertips. Again, twisting from the navel, then the shoulders, then the gaze. Feel free to stay down here with the knee down, moving toward that same variation of plank. Otherwise, if you'd like to tuck the back toes, we'll lift the back knee, holding here in this twisted lunge. If you'd like a little more and you feel warm enough, not as challenging, and there's no gold medals in yoga, but if it's in your practice, we can take a variation of fallen warrior kind of mixed with a crooked monkey. Drop to the knife blade edge of both feet, so keep 90 degrees at the ankle, and we'll let the hips drop open and to the left. So let that left hip sag, heart opening, looking up, reaching maybe a little bit back behind you. If you're here in the twist, we'll softly come back to that twisted lunge. Now again, drop the left heel to the mat, And you can always come back down to the knee for our variation of side plank. Stacking the right foot on top of the left. If you feel a little wobbly, feel free to stagger the feet, whichever way feels comfortable. When we're inhale, really lift the hips toward the ceiling, no matter where you are. If you take Jared's class and you'd like to extend or lift the top leg, whatever, if you miss it. And then exhale, lower down, top of a push-up plank. You can set the knees down, take a little chaturanga, a little back bend, and all the way back to child's pose. Release the hips to the heels, stretch the arms long and forward. If it's your variation to let the hands rest down by the heels, palms face up, that's nice too. Feel the heat you've created. Feel a little more generous, a little more open on that side of the body. And when you're ready, we'll roll up tabletop and we'll take the other side. Step the left foot forward between the hands, coming to your low crescent. And we start by dropping the hips down evenly, hugging the muscles around the spine to protect the low back, fingertips at the blocks or on the floor. Heart is open, shoulders are dropping away from the ears. And when we feel ready, the hands walk up to the left thigh, right hand to the outer edge of the left knee for leverage. Left hand can start at the hip as you spin the upper body, looking back at the wall behind you. If it's available, otherwise send the message. Maybe we can reach back toward our left hand, gazing at our thumb. Again, take the engagement around the shoulders, drop them down and away. Shoulders aren't earrings. And the twist happens from the exhale. One more inhale. And as we exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Straighten the front leg. Shift back to your heel, put your toes to your nose. So your variation of Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits here. Windshield wipe, unglue that IT band, shoulders down and away from the ears for this first part. Finding some stillness with a long, straight, flat back. And then we exhale, let the belly fold over itself and relax the forehead toward the shin, toward the ground. Whatever it takes to relax the back body. Just feel supported with the hands on blocks or the floor. And using the strength of the arms, we'll come back up, bend into the left knee, and we'll take our twist here. So right hand plants on the mat, heel of the hand or the wrist crease, just beneath the shoulder. And we make sure that the shoulder stays engaged down the back by bending the elbow. Feel how the shoulder drops down the back. Keep that as you push the ground away. And then we can reach up, see our left thumb. Really using the leverage of the ground like you're holding a broom in between both hands. Heart nice and open. Use the breath. Hips can continue to drop down and forward. Heart spins open to the left. Keeping the weight on the big toe side of our left foot. Inner thighs hugging toward each other. We tuck the back toe. And if it was your practice on the other side to lift the knee, we'll lift the right knee. If it was your practice to drop to that crooked monkey variation, we'll drop to the knife blade edge of both feet, dropping the hips. Let the right hip dip toward the mat. Left knee drops open to the left. Keeping 90 degrees at the ankles for safety. Otherwise, we're holding this twist and we're cool with it. Build that heat. If you're in the crooked monkey, we come back first to our twisted lunge. Then we spin to the outer edge of our right foot, step back, stack the feet, or find our knee variation of side plank. Really engage the core, lift the left hip toward the ceiling a little more. If you extend it on the other side or lifted the top leg, take that here. Last inhale. Shaking is cool. Exhale, lower the foot, lower the hand. Through a push-up, maybe you drop the elbows or keep the knees off the mat this time. Chaturanga, inhale to up dog. And exhale, everybody down dog. Our only down dog of this practice today. Start by bending into one knee and then the other. Wag the tail, walk the dog. Shake out through the head and neck. If this is not restful enough, you can release the knees to the mat and take 3 breaths in child's pose. We're in downward facing dog. We're really workshopping it here. Keep the weight on the big toe side of the feet to externally rotate the sits bones. There's a bend in the knees if we need it to allow for the flat back. First finger and thumb press evenly into the mat, rolling the eyes of the elbows forward, lift up out of the wrist creases, trying to take the wrinkles out. Deep belly breaths. Inhale, light and space. Exhale, let go of what you don't need. Looking up between your thumbs, we'll walk the feet up to the hands. Finding a forward fold. While we're over here, let's heel toe ball our feet wide, so an outer hip distance. So wider than my shoulders, wider than 2 fists between my big toes. And I have my block available beneath the pit of my throat for a twisted forward fold. Rock forward to the balls of the feet, and we'll find my hand plants just beneath the pit of my throat on the block or the floor, finding what works for you this morning. Right hand floats to the hip, and we exhale, deep bend into the left knee, straighten into the right. Keep reaching the crown of the head forward as we spin the heart open and toward the right. Hand can stay here on the hip, or we can reach up through the right fingertips. If you know and you like, taking the bind, turn the palm behind you, bend the elbow, and sweep, catching the inner left thigh to really bind in the twist here. And exhale to get yourself a little deeper. Wring out those inner organs. And then exhale. Release the bind if we've got it, and we'll take our second side. Back through center. Right hand replaces left. Left hand floats to the hip. Deep bend at the right knee. Straighten into the left. Push the ground away. Spin the heart to the left side. And you can finish in whatever variation you took on the other side. Just making sure to reach forward through the crown of the head, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Breath to get you there. Come back to your body and exhale back through center. Keep the block at the top of the mat, heel toe ball the feet back together, big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Scoop the belly in and up as you roll to rise. Head's the last thing to arrive. Close the eyes and find Tadasana. Mountain pose. Take the attention back inside. Just take a moment to feel the heat you've generated with your practice. Look at that heat as openness, space that's been created. And we'll use it, we'll twist into it, we'll lean into it together. With your next exhale, let the gaze softly float open. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, whatever that looks like for you. We can be here in cactus arms, or hands can remain at prayer. It's where we're ultimately ending up. Again, glancing down, make sure the big toes are touching. There's a space between the heels, and then gaze forward, sink back into your chair. So there's a tuck of the tail here as you rock the way back to your heel. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. One more inhale, draw the biceps back if the arms are extended. And exhale, we'll take the hands to heart center. Drop the shoulders down and away. Keeping this long, flat back, we'll inhale. Again, reach long through the crown of the head, sink the seat a little lower. The exhale to take our left elbow to the outside of our right thigh. I like to use my right hand to assist myself a little deeper into the pose, but ultimately my hands will touch, thumbs spinning to trying to touch my heart center. And I might take the gaze back over my right shoulder. The practice is to not let the left knee start to jut forward. I want to keep drawing that left hip back. Maybe I can reach the arms long, heart open. If the arms are wide, variation, come back, everyone to hands at heart center. Rock the weight over to your right foot. Feel the full surface of your right foot. Start to lift your left foot off the mat. A little roll up. Keep drawing your heel towards your seat and then send it straight to the back of the room for a twisted prayer lunge. If at any time you want to set the back knee down, you can. Or we'll settle in. Keep drawing the inner thighs toward each other, spiraling the left inner thigh toward the ceiling. The back heel is strong. That's your rudder. Notice if the shoulders have crept up by the ears. Left palm into right palm into left. Thumbs touch the center line as much as possible. Last exhale. And as you inhale, we'll unwind to crescent warrior. The left heel stays lifted. And we're just here, drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Arms can be at cactus arms. There's a tuck of the tail to broaden through the heart. Breathe and let it go. One more inhale. As you exhale, lightning bolt warrior. Palms face down, fingertips reach to the back of the room. The heart hovers over the right thigh. Gazing forward, we gather up the momentum to shoot through to standing on the right leg. Hug the left knee into the chest. Shoulders dropping down and away from the ears. Bottom of the left foot is flexed, both hands wrapped to the knee. You can probably guess where this is going. Right hand stays connected to the left knee, left hand to the hip, and as you exhale, we'll gently twist, keeping the hips stable, taking the gaze over the left shoulder. If you've been extending the left arm, maybe you take that here. Settle the shoulders away from the ears. Come back to your body. Stay out of the story. If you fall out, come back. Inhale. Gaze back to center. Slowly relax the left foot back to the mat. Close the eyes. Tadasana. Mountain pose. We'll take an audible exhale together. Inhale, fill it up. Hold the top of the breath. Sip more air in, get big. Open the mouth, let it go with a sigh. Breath returns to normal. Let the gaze softly float open. And we'll take our second side. Feel how nice it is to have 2 feet on the mat. Isn't it great? We call that contrast. Nothing is revealed except in contrast. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. This time, we'll take the hands to prayer to begin. As you exhale, sink back into your chair once more. A little curl of the belly, finding like a cow back or a cat back here. As you lower the seat, and then inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Keep the flat back, lower the seat. Exhale, take the prayer twist to your left. Using my left hand to help guide my right elbow toward the center of my left thigh. If you don't hit it, just aim for it. Send the message. And the goal again is to not let my right hip jut forward, my right knee jut forward. Keep the weight evenly balanced in the feet for now. Lower the seat a little more. Maybe you extend the arms on the other side. We'll go there here. Use the exhale to get you deeper. Whatever that means for you. It may be undetectable to the naked eye. The hands are extended. We'll bring the palms back to touch. Rock the weight to the left foot. Right foot becomes light. Keep that twist. Right heel towards your seat, and we'll send it to the back of the room for our prayer twist. Left knee stacks over left ankle. Right inner thigh is spiraling up toward the ceiling. Palms pressing evenly into each other. Exhale, take it as deep as you can. And as you inhale, we'll unwind all the way up to crescent warrior here. Biceps beside the ears or cactus arms. In either case, we really protect the low back by tucking the tail like a cat, or you can settle, dropping the right knee slightly toward the mat, tuck the tail, keep that, and extend again. One more inhale, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, lightning bolt warrior. Shoulders hug the spine. Look forward, use the momentum all the way up. Hug the right knee into the chest. Maybe wipe out. It's all good. Just come right back. Find that drishti, that focal point. Right hand to the hip. And you might spin to the right. And you might fall. But you'll definitely come back. Keep flexing through the right foot. Inhale back through center. Slowly release the right foot beside the left. Nicely done. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, Prayer folds. Soft knees, bring it all the way down. Lower the seat, come all the way down through a crouch to sitting on your mat. Nicely done. Feeling warm. All right. So from here, all the standing is done, but the twisting is not over. Taking down your Shirshasana to begin. Sole the foot into the inner left thigh. We'll take this as a side opener. So turn and twist your navel towards your right bent knee. We'll reach the left fingertips down on top of the left thigh as you stretch up through the right side waist. Keep rooting down through the right tailbone, out through the right side waist, and then exhale. We reach the fingertips a little or a lot toward our left toes. They don't have to make a connection. Keep nailing that right hip to the ground, contracting through the left side waist, and let gravity just slowly pull you into your variation of the pose. If it's available and you'd like to take the left hand to the inside of the left knee, or reach it to the right thigh, making a connection right hand to left toes, it's up to you. It's really whatever feels nice, as long as the heart doesn't start to dip toward the ground. I really want that right shoulder to stay stacked on top of the left. Janu Shirshasana means head to knee pose. It doesn't have to touch for it to be the pose. Just send the message, head toward the knee. And using the inhale, all the way back to seated. Hug the right knee into the chest. Keep the left leg extended, and your option is to keep the foot on the inside edge of the left knee or to step it over and outside. Also, if you know you like to, you can bend the bottom leg, settle the hips down between the heels. They're all the same. Basically, I just want a long, straight spine. The closer we get our heel toward our seat, the longer our spine will be. So we stack it up, reach up, exhale, navel to spine, knee to chest. The ultimate deep twist. Truly an active detoxification here. So keep aligning the vertebrae, one on top of the other. Inhales, get big, get broad, get tall, and exhales, deepen into the twist. Maybe looking toward the back of the room a little or a lot. And as you exhale, unwind. Extend the left leg long if it was bent. Bend into the left knee for figure four. So the right heel is just left of my left knee. Scoot my hips toward my heels, and I'll support myself on the way down to line on my back. You can reach in between the knees if you need more, capturing the left knee in both hands. Relax the shoulders to the mat and hug everything. If you'd like more, we can straighten through the left leg, maybe yoga toe bind, yoga toe lock, pulling the straight leg towards you and pushing the right knee away. Flexing through both ankles, 90 degrees at the ankles to protect our knee always. Last breath here. And release. We'll take the left heel to the mat. Keep the figure four for just this moment. Simon says, left heel walks towards your right butt cheek. So it's just right of center. Simon says, right heel to left inner knee. Right to the bend in my left knee. As I exhale, my right heel draws my left knee toward the mat, meaning you can reach down and pull your left heel towards your seat. A little something on that quad. Nice and easy here. It's mostly a twist for the lower body at this point. Everything's all twisted up down there. Shoulders relax into the mat. Soften the place between the brow. Take a moment letting gravity assist this twist, this stretch a little deeper. Inhaling light and space. Exhale. Let go of what you don't need. And from here, step the right heel off the knee. Pull both knees into the chest. Rock and roll, or up through, what's it called? Need more coffee. Fetal position. Oh, man. Anyway, once you're back to seated, we'll take our second side. So, right leg extended, sole of the left foot into the groin.
this way. For Janu Shirshasana on the second side. Right fingertips start to glide down the right thigh. Nail the left hip into the mat. Reach up to the left fingertips. Keep that length as you exhale. We reach and lean. And we reach only so far as the shoulders can remain stacked. Once the heart starts to dip to the mat, it's a sign to come up out of it, square the heart off again, and work from this place. Just be where you are. Be where the openness has presented itself today. This should feel pretty good. Not a lot of stretch and strain, just a relaxation, let gravity draw again, that forehead toward the knee. It doesn't have to touch. Just send the message. Last exhale. And inhale all the way back to seated. Hug the left knee into the chest. And we'll take that Matsyendrasana fish pose, Lord of the Fishes pose on the second side. So if you step the foot to the outside of the thigh, do that here. Maybe bring the heel in beneath you. Let the sit bones settle into the mat. Then take the focus to the core, to the spine here. Left fingertips down into the mat, right by the sacrum, fingertips face away. Inhale, stack the spine, reach up through the right side waist, and exhale, hug the knee into the chest as you pull the navel to the spine, wrap the ribs, shoulders, heart opening to the left, and maybe the chin moves toward the left shoulder. Inhales, you might come out of the pose a little bit to fill it up, and then exhales, see if we can't inch a little more out of it. Squeeze and detox, let it go. And last exhale. Inhale brings you back to center. Preparing for figure four. The legs bended, extend the right leg straight beneath you. Keep that cross of the ankles, so left ankle outside the right knee. Bend the right heel. Shift my hips to my heel. Support myself down to line on my back. And this side may have a different set of needs here. Maybe just having my heel toward my seat is enough. If we need more, you can push the left knee away. Keep flexing through the bottoms of both feet. Maybe draw the knees into the chest or straighten the leg and find your variation. Similar to the other side without getting caught up in comparison. We make it about awareness, not comparison. Send the breath around that hip socket. Inhale that light into that space. Exhale, let go of anything that's gripping that doesn't need to be. And the next exhale, slowly release right heel to the mat. Keep the knee bent, and we'll take the quad stretch here. Right heel steps left of center towards your left butt cheek. Left heel steps to the inner bend of my right knee. Send the knee to the mat, and we can hug the right heel in toward the seat a little more to feel that right quad lengthening. Palms rest face up at your sides. Relax the skin of the face. Now's not the time for stabilizing anything. It's a time for letting go. Feel yourself melting into the mat. Inhale, light and openness. Exhale, let go of what doesn't serve you. And as you're ready, we'll step the left heel off the knee. Hug both knees into the chest, a well-deserved hug, and we'll finish with one last back bend. For bridge pose, we'll take the heels to the floor, hip distance apart, keeping the weight on the big toe side of the feet, palms rest face down. As you press into the heels, we lift the hips in line with the knees, trying for the tops of the hip bones to lift toward the ceiling above us, whatever's above you. And we can rock onto one shoulder and then the other if you like yoga mudra clasp here. Make a big fist beneath the sacrum. Pinkies press into the mat, hips lift, keep spiraling the inner thighs toward each other. We encourage the chest back toward the chin as you press the base of the skull into the mat. Chin will never touch chest. Keep lifting. Inhale. Maybe come to the balls of the feet, step your toes beneath your knees. Ultimate back bend for the day.
Relax the clasp of the hands, shoulders flatten into the mat. Keep the heels lifted if they are, and we'll massage it out vertebrae by vertebrae. Step the feet as wide as the mat, a little bit of windshield wipe. Knees drop side to side. And we'll finish right back where we started. Extend the left knee long, hug the right knee into the chest. Exhaling, right arm out to a T, left knee across to the left side. Maybe gazing over the right shoulder. Left hand can drape across the right knee to help encourage the twist a little deeper. Or if you have space now or warmer, you can straighten the right leg and capture the pinky toe side of the foot. Sometimes lengthening that lever makes the pose a little more accessible as long as the hamstrings are open. And if anything, we're lengthening the right hip towards your left heel, opening the right side waist. Otherwise, everything else is soft and melted. Last breath here. Bend into the right knee if it's not already. Bring the gaze to center, knees to center. Hug knees in and switch. Left knee, bend, send it across the body. Left arm out to a T, and the gaze can go over the left shoulder a little or a lot. And again, if you'd like to, you can straighten into that right leg, capturing the pinky toe side of the foot. And drawing the left hip down towards your right heel, trying to make space between the top of the left hips and the bottoms of the left ribs. And finally, gaze to center, knees to center, taking any final poses you need this morning or whatever time of day it is. Finding happy baby is really nice. Reaching between the knees, find the pinky toe edges of the feet. Shine the soles of the feet at the ceiling as you rock side to side, drawing one knee toward the ground and then the other. And when you feel ready, go ahead and melt into your final resting pose of Shavasana. Heels to the top corners of the mat, feet flop open to the pinky toe side. Feel the shoulders snuggling in beneath you. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, palms rest face up, away from the body. Close the eyes and find total relaxation right now. Allowing the body to remain perfectly still. Let the attention come back to the breath as you feel it deepen. And take this moment to do another full body inventory. Notice how you are now, how you've been changed by your practice today. To awaken some movements, wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles, head can fall side to side. Bend into both knees, slowly roll to your left side if you look forward to a more active day, to your right side, or a more restful day, whatever your intention.
held here in the fetal position. Just a moment, gathering it all up. Using the strength of the arms, make your way up to your comfortable Sukhasana, easy seat. When you arrive at the palms rest face down and eyes be closed. I thank you all for sharing your practice today with me and with each other. We'll close our time together with an audible exhale. Please receive your deep breath in. Bring the hands together at heart center, thumbs facing towards you, fingers out to the world. Namaste.